Hi, my name is Dr. Shah. I am presenting on behalf of paper authors. I am the senior lecturer from Department of Built Environment, Liverpool John Moore Universities, UK. Today I am going to present the public perception of prefabricated housing in the UK. So this research is initiated in order to understanding what are the people thinking about the prefabricated house and how we're going to encourage to adoption of the prefabricated housing in order to meet the demand of the shortfall of the building the housing, which is already been 1.3 million house since 2004. This is becoming more easier because of the delivery time of prefabricated house going down compared to the traditional way, keeping cost lower and can improve some quality than the traditional methods. So, and since it is produced in controlled environment and rather than the site and open environment. Till now, we have found very limited research about what the people thinking about the prefabricated housing, which is key important to improve the adoption of the housing. So this paper is mainly focused about the major problems to highlight, to solve, to come up with the problems related to fulfill the demand of the need of the additional house, which is already undersupply due to the large period of the time because of the less production houses. Another factor is problem of the aging workforce. The new workforce is not entering in this built-in building skills, and the old workforces are already aging and they have a lack of the recruitment of the new skills peoples in the house building. Another problem about the Brexit, which is have a negative impact in the recruiting the skills people in the housing sector. Finally, we can find that the lack of supply has seen increase the demand. Demand is day by day increasing, but we are unable to supply the house in the market, build the new houses in the market due to the increase the prices and some other factors. Aim of the objectives is to gain the understanding of the perception of the prefabricated house in the UK. You need to know that how the people's thinking about the housing and how you can fulfill to improve or encourage the people to adopt or buy the prefabricated house in the market. I have a couple of objectives to achieve the aims in order to know that how we're going to be the perception opinion of the peoples, in-depth understanding about the people of perceptions, evaluate the public visual associations and the expectation about what the prefabrication house looks like in terms of the public view, and to extract the information on potential schemes, what the government can do to encourage the prefabricated housing in the UK. The research methodology being used about mixed research methods, which is quality and quantitative data. First, we done about the desk-based study research, literature review, and then we conducted the questionnaire survey. The data was collected using the cross-sectional survey, online cross-section survey, used the monkey surveys web basis, and we have targeted about the house buyers who are over the age of 18 and currently living in the UK. We have targeted around 400 respondents in the UK, all around the UK. However, we have only achieved 235 responses from the response, and only 195 was considered for the analyzing because of the correct and the complete responses. Based on the data, we found most of the people are unsure and do not like on a prefabricated house, but they have put in down heavy lack of information about the prefabricated housing. Another factor we found, the majority of people wanting to buy the prefabricated house, but would because it would do a little bit cheaper, and there is a little generation bias when it comes to buying the prefabricated house. So younger generation prefer to the buying the prefabricated house, whereas the older generation, they are not preferred to traditional housing. Help with financing. However, the majority of the respondents, they are saying that they need the financing or government initiative encourage to buying a prefabricated house. So these are the some of results we can find based on the just demography of the respondent. In terms of the gender, 58% is the female and 41% is the male. In terms of the age participant, 45% of the age grouping between 30 and 39, whereas 20 to 29 age group is 23%. In terms of the participant, majority of the participant is coming from the northwest is 36%, whereas 16% coming through the Londons, which is the more populated area in the UK's. Living situations, 41% of the respondents who is already own the property have already mortgages, and there is a 36% which is still on the renting, and 12% are sharing with the parents and the guardians, sharing family with the rent on that. We have done one picture survey and we are understanding the perceptions. They have better understanding what the prefabrication housing looks like, and the result was surprising. If you see the image 1, which is more or less they have quite correctly, but is the picture images 3, they have a incorrectly answer on that one. Whereas say 79% looks like the prefabricated house in images 1, whereas the images 3 you can see doesn't look, the 88% is say that they doesn't look the prefabricated house, but it is quite a different and surprising result in terms of the perceptions. Another questions about the survey asking what do you need, how many without mortgages are you able to buy the prefabricated house. 79% saying that no, we cannot buy without mortgage. So that is another constraint. So we need to have a mortgage provision to the prefabricated housing, and whereas 60% agree on that one. In another prospective question, what sort of the schemes government have launched or government should launch for buying the prefabricated housing, and we given multiple schemes and find the survey respondent what are the percentage of the people thinking about, whereas the few things 95% first time buyer expecting they should have mortgages in terms of the 40% of respondent, whereas help to buy equity up to 50% by the 38% of the respondent agree that should be this type of the scheme will be there, and based on sure different type of the schemes will be run by that one. In terms of the result, and we ask the final question, what are the reasoning you answering that would you live in a prefabricated house? And according to 81 responded out of 195 say yes, whereas the 37 no, but 77 responded agree that yes, maybe we can prefer, but we're asking about what are the concern of the answering yes or no or maybe, and we can find about cheaper experience and likes, they are the major concern is the yes, that was the factor contributing, where is the no factors are preferred traditionals and they have quality concern, but in terms of the maybe in the average they said they need more information about the prefabricated housing and quality concern before you're going to adopt the houses, prefabricated houses. So in terms of the contribution, we found that we have able to enrich the data set for the public perception regarding the prefabricated housing, and we have opened the further research potentials. Finally, we're going to get the conclusion from, we found the conclusion of the studies, in order to change the perception of the people or industry as the publics are still receptive to this type of the housing, and we need a lot of things to encourage on increase the launching the plan and training and awareness program in order to improve the public perceptions and to increase the encourage the adoption of the prefabricated housing. They also have a views of historical view of prefabricated housing are in declining, and there are majority of the respondent people we need more information to be available for the public, as they are large of the mid understanding about what the prefabricated housing means, what are the quality, how much the durability and sustainability about the factors are considering on that one. Future research need to be done on how the information to be passed to the public in order to improve about the prefabricated housing. Thanks for your time. If you have any question, please email to me and I'll happy to answer for your questions if you have any question. Thanks a lot. Thank